Hello everyone. This is lecture 1 of FPCS900 computer skills, advanced computer skills. Let's see first the outline of this course. Okay, the prerequisite of this course is basic computer skills, FPCS900. The objective of the course is to make the student improve in his typing skills by improving the speed and the accuracy by using the keyboard. This will be with the help of the typing.com skills, typing.com website. Then you will have 2 theory lecture, one about software license and their types, plus another theory lecture about information security and ethics, privacy, etc. Then you will have Microsoft Power. We will introduce for you how to use Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel. Finally, you will learn how to use the 3D animation software named Alice programming. Okay, this is the course plan. The week 1 about the software license, week 2 about information security. So you have 2 theory lecture. Then week 3 and week 4 is about Microsoft PowerPoint. Then in week 5 you will have a test, the test 1, 30 marks about PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint will have half of the marks, 15 marks, plus 15 marks about security and software license. Then week 6, 7, 8, 9 about Microsoft Excel. Then in week 10 you will have test 2 about Microsoft Excel, which will be on 30 marks. Okay. Then the remaining lecture in week 11, 12, 13 and 14 about how to make a 3D animation program using Alice. Then the final exam will be about Alice, which will have 13 marks, plus typing test, plus teacher marks about your attendance. That's it. Okay, we will pass to lecture 1. So you will let me make the slides starting from this. Okay. When you make your typing session, you have to sit properly in your chair, and you have to sit up straight, feet flat on the floor like this person, body centered on the letter G and H on the keyboard. Of course you have to use your 2 hands. Okay, try to not see always the keyboard. Try to see what you have typing with your 2 hands. It's difficult in the beginning, but as long as you type, as long as you make a very long good session with typing.com, you will take the habit to type very fast. Okay, of course we have saying that you have to use your 2 hands, and the position of the 2 hands is very critical to let you type fast and with accuracy, with a good accuracy. Okay, so if you don't have an account at this site, typing.com, create one. If you have, you just log in. Okay. Okay, I'll show you. Go to typing.com. You will go to this button, student login, in case you have an account. Okay, in case you have the account and you remember the password, etc. But if you don't have, you can sign up. Okay, you can sign up and create a new account, but sign up as a student account. Okay, sign up. Give a username that you will not forget. Okay, for example, test student. Password, make a password that you will not forget. Also give a login, give an email. Okay, in case you have forget the password, you can recover your password with this email. Okay, give an email for that, but I don't need for in my case. Sign up. The username already exists. Okay, I will try another one. Student 00. Sign up. It exists. Okay, student exist. Student 2013 exist. Okay, 2003. Okay, 2003 does not exist. I sign up. Okay, I'm signing up. Now you have to join a class. Okay, you go to your account, you go to account setting, and in the bottom you will see this join a classroom, and your instructor will give you a code. Okay, so I am the instructor of myself now. I will give myself a code. Okay, this is the class that I have created as a teacher. Then this is the code that I will give you if you are in my class. Copy it in the clipboard. Okay, I go to the test student. I just type the code, okay, and join a classroom. Usual request was sent to the teacher. So this is the account of the student. Okay, as I am as a teacher will approve the request of this student, which is test student 203. Okay, I will approve it. Then here test student, I will go to listen. I will see myself in the instructor class. See, okay. Once you have done that, you go to the advanced level and you do all the advanced lesson here. What we need in this course in the FPCS900 is the advanced level. Okay, from 1 to 5 to 7. Okay, you do that course. Okay, for example, I will start advanced level, continue, and I will start typing. You see here the two hands, the position of the two hands. Okay, use your two hands to write this text, etc., etc. Okay, do as much as you can to improve your accuracy and improve your speed. Okay, then we will give you a mark about this work. Okay, let's go back to the lecture. Yes, I have said that. Join a class. Okay, the second part of lecture 1 is about the end user license agreement, abbreviated as EULA. EULA, end user license agreement, and the type of EULA, because there is many type of software, so there is many type of license, and when it will be applied. This is the formal definition about end user license agreement, EULA. The EULA always referred to software license، يعني كأنه ترخيص لاستعمال برنامج معين. هذا ايش معناها software license. It's a legal contract between a software application author or a publisher and the user of that application. Okay, you have a program in your PC. You want to use that program. You have to obtain a license to be able to use that program or that software. Okay, it's an agreement. It's an agreement between you as a user and who has concepted that program, who has designed that program, or the author or the publisher. Okay, any software need a program and need a license, so the user can be able to use it. It's similar to rental agreement. What is a rental agreement? عقد كراء. عقد كراء. افترض انك باش تسكن في شقة. قبل ما تسكن في شقة لازمك يعني تمضي عقد ما بينك وما بين صاحب الشقة. نفس الشيء. باش تستعمل برنامج معين كأنك باش تمضي عقد ما بينك انت وما بين صاحب البرنامج. Similar to rental agreement. هذا ايش معناها similar. Where it is applied, this EULA, this software license, when the user pay for using the software. If you download the software, for example, the owner of that software request a payment process before using that software. In that case, it should be applied. Okay, before this, the installation starts, it will ask the user to accept the term of EULA. For example, you have an operating system, for example Windows. Before installing Windows, he will ask for the license, that you agree on the license. Of course, you will give a code also. You will give a code. That code is needed to activate that software. Okay. Unless that agreement, you cannot use that software. Okay. Accepting the EULA terms means that the user is promising the software author to comply with all restrictions stated in the EULA, in the end user license agreement. يعني software developer or a software author, he has an agreement between you and him, and in this agreement there is many articles that you should comply with them. For example, do not copy that software, do not give this software to another person, do not distribute this software. Okay, you have to comply. Clicking OK or clicking yes in using that software means that the user is complying. يعني he agree to all the article stated by that license. Okay, user can refuse this term and promise by clicking I don't accept. يعني if you don't agree of the article existing in this agreement, you can refuse. But if you refuse, you will click I don't accept, then the software will not be installed. Okay, it will be aborted. Okay, and we will not use that software. So there are many type of software and many type of their license, software license. Those what we call proprietary software or proprietary software license, and we call there's a type named open source, and some software are trial version, and some other shareware. There is also another type called freeware. Let's go one by one and see what is the difference between these type of software. For example, proprietary software. What is a proprietary software? It is a software that is owned by an individual or a group of individuals or a company. This company represents the software developer who has designed this software for you. Okay. Example, all the product of Microsoft is a proprietary software. Okay, they are owned by the company named Microsoft. Okay, restriction on the use of a proprietary software, and the source code of that software is secret. معناها is closed. It's not open. معناها عكس الopen هذه بالضبط. Okay, there is a restriction on the use of a proprietary software. يعني you can use it but with some restriction, and the source code is not revealed. شو معناها source code? Source code is the lines of code by which the software has been designed, okay, has been developed. For example, Microsoft PowerPoint has been designed using Visual Basic, for example, or Visual C. Okay, the code of Visual C or Visual Basic it's not published. You don't have the right to access to the source code. If you don't have to right to access the source code, you cannot modify it and you cannot redistribute it. Okay, يعني it is owned by the company. It's not revealed. Okay, this is the proprietary software. Those restrictions are always enumerated with EULA. يعني الارticles موجودين في اللايسنس تقول لك يعني do not do that, do not distribute, do not modify, you don't have to كذا كذا. Okay, they are enumerated in the end user license agreement. Example, all the product of Microsoft. For example, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, also Excel. Even the operating system of Microsoft is a proprietary software. Okay, اللي هو Windows. كيف Apple, the product of Apple, all the product of Apple are proprietary. You cannot use it unless you buy the license of using it. Okay, as a user, if you buy a Mac, it means you have buy the license. You have buy the license. Okay, if you buy a PC where the operating system of that PC is Windows, it means you have buy the license of using Microsoft Windows. Okay, that's why if you make a comparison between the same PC, the same computer, if you buy it with a free OS, without operating system, it is cheaper than a PC, a computer where there are Windows on it. Okay, the difference of the price come from the license, of Microsoft Windows. Okay. Another type of software license, what we call open source software. It is a software provided for use and modification and redistribution. You see here the difference between proprietary and open source. There is no restriction in use, modification and redistribution. If you can use the proprietary and the open source, both you can use them. But the proprietary you cannot modify. You cannot modify because you cannot access to the code, to the source code. Whereas the open source software, you can access to the source code. It's not a secret. It is published to the public. Okay, if it is published to the public, anybody can access to the source code. Okay, if he can access to the source code and modify some lines of code, of course he can redistribute it. He can also redistribute it, not just only modification. He can make another distribution of that software. For example, Linux or Unix system. Unix system is open source. It is written with the programming language named C. And there is no restriction on its use, modification and redistribution. That's why some company like Ubuntu or Red Hat or OpenSUSE, they downloaded the software, a Unix program, a Unix operating system, and modified that code by making graphical user interface and other package, etc., and make a new distribution of Unix and give it a name. For example, Ubuntu distribution, SUSE distribution, Red Hat. Okay, this type of software are open source. Open source software can be downloaded from the internet at no cost. So, if you can use it, modify it, and distribute it, you can download it for free. Yani at no cost, for free, without paying his developer. Okay, without paying, you can use it and modify it and distribute it. You can download it with no cost, free for use. Example, Open Office or LibreOffice. Okay, Unix system, Android. Okay, and many other type of software that are open source. Open source is the opposite of proprietary, exactly the opposite. Another type of licensed software, trial version and shareware software. Okay, what is the meaning of trial version? As the name suggests, trial come from try, يعني يجرب, تجربة. Okay, it is a copyrighted software, يعني it is protected by a copyright, حقوق الملكية. يعني فما حقوق الملكية للسوفتوير للcompany that has developed the software, للdeveloper, that is distributed at no cost for a trial period. يعني you can use it free, but in a given period, في وقت تجريبي. معناها في trial period معناها وقت تجرب فيه السوفتوير. Okay, they give you a period that you can use that software in that period. After the trial period, a user must send the payment. He must pay the developer. He must pay the company that has developed that software. A user must send the payment to the software developer to continue using the software. For sure, you have confronted with this situation. For example, in installing some Android application in the Play Store, for example, they can be installed for free, but after a period they start to demand a payment. Okay, you have to pay to continue using this software. They give you 1 month or 1 week to try the software, because you don't know that software, what is the benefit of that software. They let you try their software, then they demand a payment to continue use, for the user to continue use their software. هذه تسمى trial version. Sometimes user can get the software free, but the payment process will be needed to enable the function of the product. Okay, this in this case it will turn as a proprietary, because you cannot use it. And what is the meaning of freeware? Freeware, as the name suggests, it's free, but it is still copyrighted, يعني protected. حقوق الملكية محفوظة يعني، فهمت؟ It is a copyrighted software. يعني the copyright still with the proprietary. You cannot access the source code in this case. If you cannot access the source code, and so you cannot modify and you cannot redistribute another version of that software. So it is a copyrighted software provided at no cost, free, يعني free to use, by an individual or a group of individual or a company that retain all right to the software. يعني you can use it but you cannot modify it. Okay, you can use it for free but you cannot modify it. Okay, so four type of software here: proprietary, open source, trial version, and freeware. From a shareware, it's a type of software that you can share between other parties. يعني license make you free to share this software with other individual. Okay, so proprietary, open source, trial version, and freeware. Proprietary, you can use it but you have to pay for using it. Another thing, you cannot access the source code, so you cannot modify it, and you cannot make another version of that software. يعني you cannot make a redistribution. Okay, this is the meaning of redistribution. Huh? You access the code, you modify the code, and you make another يعني a new version of that software, ولا a modified version of that software. اسمها redistribution. Okay, example قلنا all the product of Microsoft, all the product of Apple. Open source, there is no restriction at all in using it, modifying it, redistributing it, and downloading it from the internet. It is free for use. Open Office كما Unix system ولا Android. Trial version, you can use it for a given period of time. After that given period of time has been gone, you have to pay, okay, to continue using that software. Then a freeware software هو free لكن الcopyright is retained to the يعني is retained for the company that has developed that software. فيه حقوق ملكية فكرية يعني، فهمتني؟ But you can use it for free. You can use it for free without paying anything. So these are the type of software license, and these are the reference. Okay, feel free to make a question if you don't have if you don't understood anything from this lecture, and make your profile in typing.com and start typing. Okay, that's it for this lecture. See you in another lecture.